Hello everyone, Adhyan Academy. Today we are sharing information about career options after class 12th, specifically for the science stream students. Once you finish your class 12th exams, as we talked about what is coming next, the main stream that all the science students think of is medicine. Number one is absolutely medicine. Now, what are the various sections in the medicine field, in the medicine stream itself that you can go into? You can go into veterinarian science and animal husbandry. You can go into physiotherapy. You can go into occupational therapy. You can go into BTech. You can go into BE in biotechnology, Bachelor in Science in Agriculture and Environmental Science, Bachelor in Science in Home Science or Forensic Science, diploma courses in Operation Theatre Technology, Medical Laboratory, X-ray Technology, etc. Right? If you have now these courses, when you go into medicine, you should definitely have physics, chemistry, and biology. If you have opted for your biology and mathematics combination of subjects, your definitely your interdisciplinary options they open up. It's not just science itself, but you can also go into a lot of elite fields. For example, biomedical engineering opens up to you. The field of healthcare data mining goes also opens up for you. Cognitive neuroscience and artificial intelligence is another career option for you. Nanotechnology, robotics, internet of things, and smart wearable technology. Those with the PCMB students who are not interested in these medical options can also go for agricultural, computer application, pilot training, and so forth. The list is endless. Now, there's another career options. Number two, we talked about medical already. Medical already we've talked about. Number one, for science stream students. Number two is engineering. Now, the engineering profession, it offers a vast range of career options after class 12 science. Some of them are mechanical engineering, electrical and electronics engineering, computer engineering, civil engineering, and as we go along, there's also chemical engineering, aerospace engineering. This is specialization in the aircraft and spacecraft development, and last but not least, the marine engineering as well. So these are the engineering sections that you can go into. Now, traditionally, we talked about science stream. Number one, medical. Number two, we talked about engineering. Number three is business. Yes, traditionally when we talk about it, this is specifically based for commerce stream or commerce students, but it doesn't stop there. If you have done your science stream and you end up after class 12 thinking, you know, I don't want to pursue medical, I don't want to pursue engineering, maybe you want to pursue business. Number three career option is definitely business. You can go into business management, you can go into product management, advertising, sales, business, data analysis, digital marketing, human resources development, and you can also go into consultancy, which is the management consultancy. There's the PG program in management, specialization in sales and digital marketing by IMT Ghaziabad is one of the programs you can look into. There's product management certification program by Duke CE faculty and industry experts, definitely to look into. PG certification in digital marketing and communication certified by MICA and Facebook. Master of Science in Data Science accredited by IIIT Bangalore and LJMU, providing 5 specializations and global access jobs. There's also business analytical certification and other related business courses that you can look into if you're interested in business. Last but not least, definitely humanities. Now, after your science subjects, you finished your class 12th with science stream, it's not for you. Maybe you took science stream because you were under peer pressure, maybe because of your parents, because maybe you thought it's what you wanted to do. So you've done your science stream, you've done your class 12, it's definitely not for you. Your streams open up vastly. Now you can also think of humanities. Humanities is not about arts and fashion. It's a role, a connection that commonly is also known as STEAM jobs. The list of transdisciplinary fields is lots, and it's actually escalating, because people are finding, you don't have to just become doctor, you don't have to become an engineer, you don't have to just go into specific fields, but you can also go into product designing, graphic designing, fashion technology, media and journalism, animation, filmmaking, photography, video creation, editing, sound engineering, HR training, and so forth. So definitely a vast areas of streams that you can choose from. The skills to develop: now as a science stream student, you should also try to think of developing your critical thinking, your analytical thinking, constructing a hypothesis, finding answers, and finding answers by experimentation, evaluating those results and draw conclusion. You should be able to handle reasoning, you should be able to think about. So these are some of the challenges that will help you in your career options after class 12 science. Now today, as we had talked about, we are specifically looking for medical science students. The stream that we're talking about today, as we said, it's whole bunch of them. It's endless. You can just get into there, you get lost in the options itself. Adyan Academy is here to help. So today we are going to talk about the MBBS program, specifically the MBBS program. After the end of this session, you'll be able to know what MBBS is, the duration of this program in India and in Philippines, what it entails, the top universities in India and abroad, what is a NEET exam, its details, what is a UPMT exam and its details, and what is HNBU MU. I know a lot of abbreviations, but you should be able to answer it by the end of this session. Now we're also going to, as I said, this is our first this is our first session. We were trying to go on live, but this is our first session on career counseling, career talking, talking about careers, talking about options, and we are specifically talking about the MBBS program. Now, why did we choose MBBS program? We are also going to talk about the India. Now, why is Philippines becoming popular for Indian students pursuing a degree in medicine? We're also going to talk about specifically the country, Philippines today. What after the MBBS program? And don't forget to check our app from Play Store. You can download Adyan Academy app. There is a lot of free study materials. If you're even preparing for any competitive exams, definitely go online. And you also can call us. There's contact number there. Call us for free admission consultancy or anything that you're looking for, specifically for government related exams. Don't forget to like or subscribe to our channel so that these notifications that are coming you will be able to know. So if you're not going for MBBS, maybe tomorrow we talk about business management and you're interested in business management, then you will have access to our YouTube channel. Okay. Now, what is MBBS? So today we are specifically talking about MBBS. It is a Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. It is the most reputable and most challenging course. That's why I talked about you have to get into your critical thinking, your reasoning. It is the amalgamation of two major degrees in the field of medicine in one domain. This course, it aims to give you an academic understanding of concepts like medicine, human anatomy, chemistry, pharmaceuticals, human cytology, and so forth. What is the duration of MBBS program in India? It is 5.5 years. The academic course is 4.5 years, which is divided into 9 semesters. The last year of the duration of your MBBS is your 1-year internship in any field of medicine that you choose. Now, the Medical Council of India is the one that handles all the course structure. So the MBBS course structure program is only accredited body in India is the is the Medical Council of India, right? So now the eligibility. Now you have done your science stream, you are going to pursue your education and medicine in medicine. So you know what MBBS is. This is what you have decided on. You're going to go for it. Now what do you need? Number one, you definitely have to have completed your 10 plus 2. You definitely need a minimum score of 50% in what? PCB, which is your physics, chemistry, and biology in from a recognized board. Your minimum age has to be 17 years and the upper age limit is 25 years. So maybe you did your PCB, then you got into something, and then you realize, you know what, I want to go into MBBS. It's not the end for you. You still have up to the upper age limit is 25 years. At the age of 22, at the age of 21, you decide you want to go for this program. It's available for you. Now, the admission is granted to students through an entrance exam. Definitely, when there is something on such a larger scale, specifically in India, we definitely have entrance exams for a lot of things, and MBBS is not any different. So, the entrance exam for MBBS is NEET. Anyone who is wanting to go into medicine, anyone who want to pursue MBBS program definitely knows what NEET is about. So NEET is National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. Students also apply for AIMS and JISMER MBBS entrance exams. There is also UPMT, which I will talk about in the later on with this talk. Now let's talk about the entrance exam. Specifically, let's talk about NEET, which is again the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. It is an offline exam only, pen and paper based. The time duration 3 hours. You get 180 questions. These are MCQs, which means multiple choice questions. Subjects are going to be physics, chemistry, biology, and zoology plus botany, sorry. So physics, chemistry, biology, and in biology you have zoology and botany. Now there is negative marking. Please be aware, in NEET there is negative marking. So 1 mark is deducted in every wrong answer that you give. 4 marks are given for you for every right answer. So that's why you will, when you go online, you will look at a lot of NEET entrance exam preparation, coaching and all, right? The languages that you can write in are quite vast, 11 languages, which is quite good news, because no matter where you're from, north, east, west, south, the test is conducted not only in English but in Hindi, Urdu, Bengali, Oriya, Assamese, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Marathi, and Gujarati, right? So there are 11 languages that you can opt any one of these languages. Now the NEET exam has been replaced. So AIPMT was the All India Pre-Medical Test that has also been replaced by the NEET exam as well. Admission is conducted in 2 modes. Please be aware of that. The AIQ, which is the All India quota, and there is the state counseling. We will talk about this a little just coming forth. It is conducted by the NTA. Again, a lot of abbreviations. National Testing Agency is the authority for this exam, right? Now let's talk about the process, what it entails. If you've decided MBBS is for me, now you need to prepare for your entrance exam. You think you are prepared for your NEET exam, you are going for it. The step 1 is you write your exam. Then comes the cutoff list, which is published by the MCC. Absolutely right, the Medical Counseling Committee. Then comes the step 2. You made the cutoff list. Next comes your counseling. You have to register yourself for this. Please be aware, once you make the cutoff list, you make the list, you still have to check that list and then register yourself for counseling. The conducting authority to release this merit list before the beginning of each round of counseling process, they release this for you guys, right? Process ends with the final round and it follows with a seat allotment, right? So that's not the end. The number 3 is a seat allotment. Now these are allotted as per your performance plus your preference that you entered at the time of registration. Last but not least is your enrollment, the final step. You've made it. You chose the MBBS program, you did the NEET exam, you made the cutoff, you got through with the counseling, you got your seat, you have done your enrollment. The final step of your enrollment is paying your fees, and your classes commence from the participating college as per your performance, right? Now let's talk about step 2. Let's go back a little at step 2, counseling. Remember, we talked about counseling and I told you that admission is conducted in 2 separate modes, the AIQ, which is the All India quota, and the state counseling. Now these are conducted by the NTA, the National Testing Agency. What is AIQ counseling? This is all India quota. You've made the list. Now you have to go for your counseling. You have to go for AIQ or your state. AIQ is all India quota. This is central based. There's only 15% of the total seats in government medical and dentals are filled right away here. And of course, this is the cream of the crop. So you definitely have to know what it is all about. It is conducted by the DGHS on behalf of the Medical Counseling Committee, right? What is DGHS? It is the Directorate General of Health Services. Again, 15% only of total seats in government and medical and dental are filled here. Top universities, we all know AIIMS is the top university of medical in India itself. Top universities like AIIMS, AMU, they will be included in this process. You will have to again fill the AIU counseling application form from the official site. All right. Now, let's talk about the state quota counseling. There's a state quota, so the rest of the 85% are the 85%, the rest of the seats are filled here. You must hold a domicile of the particular state that you are going for. It is conducted by different authorities in the different states. Now, if you're from Uttarakhand, which I'm from, so if you're from Uttarakhand, so Adhyan Academy, our base office is in Uttarakhand, in Dehradun itself. If you are from Uttarakhand, you are in luck, I guess, right? Because there's also an exam called UPMT, Uttarakhand Pre-Medical Test. Now, this is one of the biggest and most prestigious medical entrance exams in Uttarakhand. It provides students with the opportunity to pursue the MBBS and the BDS courses offered in various medical and dental colleges, specifically in Uttarakhand. The names of the UPMT exam centers, so if you're not based in Dehradun, you can also go to Srinagar, Garhwal, Pithoragarh, Almora, Gopeshwar, Dehradun, Uttarakashi, Kordwar, and Haldwani, right? So the different ones. Now, this test is only conducted in English and Hindi. Please be aware of that. The HNB Uttarakhand Medical Education University. At the start, I told you that you should be able to answer HNBUMEU. This is what it is. HNB Uttarakhand Medical Education University is the authorized people that release the application forms on the official website of the examination. So you definitely have to go on the official website if you want to apply and fill out the application. There's no other way for it. You can also download the form from it and then apply it. So the official web portal of the HNBU MEU University at hnbumumu.ac.in. So definitely remember that. The age limit is exactly the same, 17 and 25. Applicants need to clear your higher secondary. Again, your 10 plus 2, you should definitely have that. 50% is the cutoff minimum. You should be able to be eligible for your UPMT exam if you have all the above, right? Now, the process. We talked about the NEET process. Let's talk about the Uttarakhand also. You go on the website, you fill the application, you submit the necessary documents with the application fee itself. The exam is conducted, which is again in English and Hindi only. I told you that about. Cutoff list is there. The merit list is next. Your counseling is followed by your actual admission and you are in. Once you go for your counseling or once they ask you for the documents, you definitely have to have your 10 plus 12 mark sheets. You have to have your admit card, your scorecard of the UPMT, the character and category certificate of candidates. You definitely need your character certificate, the domicile certificate, and the certificate of locomotor's disability in case it's applicable to you. So make sure these are there for you. Let's come back to so these are the different ways you can go into the MBBS program. Now you are into the MBBS program. There are different course and fee structures in India. It's not just a specific course. Just like if you're pursuing a business degree, there are different universities, different colleges, different fee structure. It varies from institute to institute. Central government, very nominal fee structure, right? So central government funded universities, very nominal fee. All India quota, which is AIQ, between 50,000 to 2 lakhs, and private is absolutely really high. So private is really high. Now let's talk about some of the core subjects. So some of the core subjects that are in the MBBS program are human anatomy, general medicine, orthopedics, human physiology, including biophysics, intro to humanities, community medicine, biochemistry, radiotherapy, ophthalmology, psychiatry, dermatology, sexually transmitted diseases, the ENT, which is the ear, nose, and throat. You are doing the forensic medicine is also one of the courses, the subjects that you go and you talk about, or you get into the toxicology, gynecology, general medicine, general surgery, and anesthesiologies, right? So these are various courses that are in the subject, right? The internship, as I said, after your academic is finished, you do your 1 year, 12-month internship in any field that you want. After MBBS, now you've done your MBBS program, what after? You can start practicing your general, you can start practicing as a general physician. There are different job profiles. You can be doctor, you can be a physician, you can be a medical professor, you can be a researcher, scientist, you can be a medical analyst, you can be a clinical researcher field, you can be a chief medical officer, you can be a general surgeon, radiologist, and so forth. You can also, some of the students that have finished the MBBS, they will also go into masters, because then you can get your masters of surgery, which is MS, or you can go into your doctorate of medicine, which is MD. So some of the students do opt for, before going into the field, opt for further studies. Top recruiters for MBBS program in India are Fortis Healthcare. We have AIMS, absolutely, the Medanta Hospital. We have the Apollo Munich Health Industries. We have Cipla, and so forth. The top universities with fee structure in India, AIMS. It's All India Institute of Medical Sciences. The fee is just 7,326. 7,326 for AIMS. Christian Medical College in Indore, the fee structure is 2.20 lakhs. We have Banaras Hindu University, also one of the top universities in India. Fee structure is only 59,850. Number 4, we also have Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. The fee is a little higher, which is 2.82 lakhs. We have Jawaharlal Institute of Postgraduate Medical Education and Research. The fee structure is 34,290, right? So these are the top universities in India. Let's look at some of the top universities in the world. We have Harvard University right at the top in US. We have University of Oxford in UK, University of Cambridge, UK, Stanford University, US, John Hopkins University in US. We have the University of California, again in the US. We have the University College of London in the UK, Yale University in US. We have Imperial College London in UK, and we have the University of California in San Francisco, again in the US. So you can see how many universities are in US. Now let's look at specifically why Philippines is now becoming popular for the Indian students. So as we can see, almost top 6 universities are in the US. Number 1, the tuition fee is 60% less in the Philippines than India. There's no language barrier. The climate is similar to India. The final year is called the clerkship, which is similar to the internship that I told you about in India itself. So in India, we call it internship, and in Philippines, it is called a clerkship. You come back to India. After you've done your program in Philippines, you can come back after clearing your MCI screening tests. You can practice your medicine right away. No waiting list, nothing. The duration is a little higher. So in India, the duration of this program is 5.5 with including the 1 year internship. In Philippines, it's 5.8 years, including the clerkship, which they call it. So again, it's becoming quite popular to go for medicine in Philippines because number 1, as I said, tuition 60% less, no language barrier, climate is similar. You can do the similar as clerkship as an internship in India. Plus, for visa purposes, you don't need IELTS, you don't need your TOEFL for your visa. So if you need to go abroad, you think of, okay, I want to do my medical program, but not in India because you want to do it from a foreign country. Philippines has less tuition, plus you don't need your IELTS or your TOEFL for getting your visa, which most of the foreign countries need. Now, academic calendar is again similar, so June to March. So your first semester starts from June to October, and the second semester is November to March. So right now, as you know, due to Corona, our 12th exams have been delayed, but you still have time, because if you do go through Philippines, November is your semester start date. We still have time to go through that. The international standard of education is followed by the Philippines. Why? Because the education system is similar to the US system, and as we said, the top 10 universities in the world, top 6 are in the US. Now, they follow the US education system. Filipino medical universities are listed in the California Board of Medicine for licensing. The academic curriculum is quite similar to the US. So if you have studied from Philippines, you can quickly clear the eligibility test to practice in the US itself. Philippines is a renowned nation with many medical alumni working in developing countries, in developing countries like USA, UK, Canada, Australia, and Singapore, and it is the largest number of trained nurses and doctors who migrate to these countries. So, as I said, today we talked about what you can do after your science stream, after class 12. We talked about specifically the MBBS program. We talked about the entrance exams and looked at NEET, looked at UPMT. We talked a lot about the medical authorities that to conduct these exams, the abbreviations. So now that you don't know anything, if you're coming from a background where you have absolutely no information about the medicine field, now you are able to know what MCC is. Now you know what UPMT is. I have some friends of mine, some colleagues of mine whose daughters, whose children have gone through the UPMT, the Uttarakhand medical exam. They have gone through that, after which they have done their internships. After that, they have given the entrance or the interviews for Forge and government tests. And they have gone through the army itself, so that you have that option. You can go through the MBBS program, you can go through your internship. After that, you still not you're not confined to just government jobs. You want to be a doctor, in a psychiatrist, any field that you choose, any specific field that you choose. In an army, the field is endless, right? We also talked about why Philippines is growing, why Indian students, the number of Indian students is growing in Philippines. We talked about the reasons why it is growing. So I hope after this session you are absolutely clear on some of the fundamental things that MBBS is about. This is Rachna Bhatt from Adhyan Academy. Please, if you have any information or if you need more information, you can download our app from the Play Store with the name of Adhyan Academy. You can go to our website www.adhyanacademy.com. You can also connect with us at 9897377772. You can email us at adhyandoon@gmail.com. So you can contact us, you can go on our website, you can like and subscribe 98973 through 98973 free counseling session, free admission information. We can send you PPTs. This will be on YouTube itself. So I hope you can give us a call, and please stay tuned for our next YouTube next information session. We will pick another stream, and maybe we talk about medical stream only, but maybe we pick up another Bachelor of Medical Lab Technology, or about specifically surgeon, or specifically about how to get into army. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.